He's donating his entire salary, the $1 million veteran minimum tonight, to charity, beginning with a hefty contribution to the Washington Sports and Entertainment Education Fund to those who lost a parent or guardian in the Pentagon tragedy on September 11th. A heartfelt gesture by one who loves this game.
Wizards in white, controlling the opening tip to Ron Lue, to Michael Jordan over Jefferson. Yes!
Why did we have a feeling that this was going to be a big night for Michael Jordan, that these fans are in for a treat tonight? He has been looking forward to playing in front of the Washington fans. He missed the inter-squad scrimmage. He felt very badly about that.
Jordan off the fake, drawing the foul, picked up by Jefferson.
You see him drive at the end of his dribble. He gives a ball fake, gets the player up in the air, and gets the foul.
Get the opponent up in the air.
John, I know you know the answer to this, but Czar.
Some guys get a twist ankle and don't want to play anymore.
Here's Jordan. Michael Jordan, 2 for 4 from the field. He has 6 points.
You see the cross match there. Normally you would have Kerry Kittles playing against Michael Jordan.
Jordan, yes.
You know what is great about that? Brown was open inside and wanted the ball real quick.
The Wizards coaching staff very upset with Lue off that last drive by Dial. Here's Jordan. Yes.
Well, if Tyronn Lue is going to be their starting point guard, and Doug mentioned the big positive he gives him is pushing the ball back at other people, they need him to stop people off the dribble.
Comfortable doing, but I did want him to stay in administration.
Here's Jordan drawing the foul. It counts. The basket counts, and Jordan to the line as he's hit by Marshall. What timing by Michael.
I'm kind of chuckling here because Donnie Marshall gave this incredulous look to the official, like, who me fouling? But I think he needs to understand who he just was leaning up against. That's going to happen an awful lot this year, where Michael gives you that fake, you lean into a little bit, he's going to get the call.
Well, the thing that was very impressive with that move, he had to use a lot of legs, and right now he's trying to get his legs under.
Jordan got the step and is fouled, hit hard from behind by Marshall.
Sometimes you're watching him, you just get the impression that he's holding back something. These guys, once defenses are geared towards him, have got to be able to make passes to him at the right time.
Play well this past Thursday night in Grand Rapids, Michigan, beaten by the Pistons. Jordan, yes. Van Horn firing the 3, which is rebounded by Jordan.
John Thomas just made a great play. He protected Lue, which will allow him to put more pressure on.
Michael Jordan setting it up for the jumper against Richard Jefferson.
Can shoot and can play.
Jordan, yes, and it counts. And we're beginning to see a familiar scene here. Michael Jordan has the crowd on its feet. He has caught fire.
As he winds up sitting in front of the Wizards bench. And you're going to see the reaction here on the floor. You'll watch his teammates jump up and pick him right up. You may need to give the old-timer a little bit of time on the floor once in a while, John.
Jordan with the step. Jordan puts it down.
Didn't I read somewhere where they said he lost a step and couldn't jump quite as high? Well, we may have to play this again tonight.
Marshall for 3. McCullough had it knocked away. Nesby with the lead. And Jordan able to come up with the ball. Oh, what a pass for Alexander. Van Horn with the shot clock running down. Jordan on the loose ball, and suddenly the Wizards more aggressive at the defensive end.
Well, Eton Thomas is doing a hell of a
A 16-3 run, and the net lead once 19 is down to 5. Jordan with the rebound. Just under 6 remaining in the third. 13 of his 28 here in the third. Jordan again! A 3 for Jordan. It's a 2-point game. Standing ovation from the crowd here in Washington. Will not count.
He's going to have spurts. And he had a preseason game where he scored 18 points in 12 minutes against Miami. But the one thing that I've reiterated to our players is we cannot stand and watch him play. And one of the things we've done in scrimmages is put situations where Michael's on the floor, that team cannot let Michael shoot for maybe a 5 or 6 minute stretch, just so they have to learn to play with he's on the floor and not just to watch him play.
Derek Dial played last year with San Antonio. He stopped. Simmons off the steal. Simmons with the spin. Simmons on the tip.
I think that may have been
Jordan. Michael Jordan.
A little bit, particularly inside on this, enjoying himself and having fun out there.
The Wizards with Michael Jordan. I think DC's really become one of the great sports cities in the country. He'll get 40 tonight, right?
6 minutes a night.
Guy just wants to make the NBA rosters. Leave him alone. Here's Jordan. Yes, and it counts. The foul on Jefferson. Got him on the way up.
Michael moving, working to get free. Just don't stand still and get free in this league. And then he faces up, looks his opponent down, and elevates. As he brought it up, the hand reaching in caused the foul.
His intelligence on the floor, the timing of his cuts, how to use screens.
Shot clock running down. Here's Jordan on the pull-up. 15 and 22. 41 points from Michael Jordan. It is now 8 on Strong. Jordan leading Simmons. Beautifully thrown by Jordan, who's delighted with Simmons running the court.
As soon as Michael got it, his head was up. He looked down the floor. Eye contact with Simmons. He led him with the pass lane.
Pushing it down. Jordan posting. Beating Dial. Hands it off to White.
He's accustomed to penetrating. The help comes. He drops it to Shaq. Shaq's not there anymore. These big guys have to follow him to the basket because he's already got in the habit of getting it off.
And Derek Dial completes a splendid evening. The Nets defeat the Wizards 102-95 despite the exploits of Michael Jordan in his preseason home debut as a member of the Wizards. 41 points in 33 minutes. Let's go to Craig with Michael Jordan.
Well, Michael, you worked awfully hard on this comeback. Lost about 35 pounds, removed 3 years of rust. What's your first-hand impression of tonight's performance?
I mean, obviously, you see, with the young team, we got to find ways to score and move the ball and execute. I think it was a big game for them, first time in front of the home crowd, and I think I can sense a little bit of nervousness. And third quarter, you know, I just tried to pick it up and get some energy going, and I started hitting some shots, and the guys started feeding off of that, and then we had a letdown. You know, when I went out of the game, I think it was 63-61, and I think those are the things we're going to have to eliminate. And, you know, that happens with a young team, you know, but it's preseason, you know, I'm working on my game. I think everybody is trying to find, you know, some continuity and chemistry to play at, and I think this team's going to get better.
You mentioned the third quarter. It was great to hear Marv Albert scream, Michael Jordan is having a spectacular night. We haven't heard that in a few years. We can see when you're feeling it from the surface. But any way to describe what it's like inside that uniform when you know you're feeling it?
I mean, it's a good rhythm. You know, the basket seemed big. You know, it's been 3 years since I felt that way, and you know, this preseason, I'm just trying to get myself in shape. And, you know, I want the team to start to get a feel in terms of how I play. You know, I don't want them to sit back and wait for me to play. I think that's one of the things they tend to watch a little bit more than what they should. And, you know, I think Doug is trying to eliminate those types of, you know, nights and those minutes. So, you know, but with the young team, you're going to have situations like that.
I know you like challenges, but were there any doubts these last few months, especially when you hear wonderful friends like Coach Thompson call you Floor Jordan?
I think he's, you know, he understands that I play with a little bit more wisdom. You know, I'm not going to try to take off on the free throw line. He understands I know how to play the game with my head instead of athleticism. So, you know, I took that as a compliment more than, you know, the knock on the way I play the game of basketball. So, you know, he knows me, and, you know, I didn't look at it in a negative way.
You can dunk, you can dominate, but you can't do it all. When you come out of a game in the first quarter with a 1-point lead, you fall behind by 17. You score 16 in the third quarter, but down again by 17. How bad is it to watch? How much does it hurt you, and how do you resist the urge to take over?
Well, I mean, it's a learning process. I think the team has to see it. I think Doug is going to show the film and see where we are not executing when I walk out of the game. And, you know, that's an area we have to improve. And with the young team, I think we can. It's just going to take some time. I mean, in Chicago, we went through the same phase. And you know, I think that's what we're going to go through now. Hopefully, we can shorten that time period.
Thanks a lot. We'll see you opening night.